You've probably heard the term MVC thrown around a lot. Model, view controller, model, view model, MV star, MV whatever. And if you're anything like me, when I first had it, you nodded, you smiled, and you had absolutely no idea what that meant. Well, this video is for you. Today we're going to fix that, and we're going to fix it using the London Euston train station. Yes, I travel on the train, and my station of choice today is London Euston because I frequent it quite a lot. Because once you see it this way, you will never forget. So let's get started. Here's the setup. Imagine you're at London Euston train station, or any train station for that matter, and you want to get to Birmingham. You walk up to the departure board and you see your train, platform 8 at 12:15. You go, you board, and essentially you're at your destination in about 1 hour, 50 minutes or thereabout. What made that happen? Three things majorly, and of course it could be more than this, but three fundamental things. There's a database behind the scenes, the board you looked at to see the information, and the system that connected them. That, in simple terms, is MVC. The database here is the model, the departure board is the view, and the system in the middle, that is the controller. That's MVC explained, but let's go a little bit deeper into the details of it. Let's break that down properly. The model is where your data lives. Train times, platform numbers, delays, it doesn't care how the data is displayed. It just stores that data, manages it, and responds when it is asked for something. The view is what the passenger sees on your mobile app, on the departure board, on the different screens in the train station. That is the view. It's clean, it's simple, well, most times, and it is readable and understandable. It does not know anything about the database. Oh, but how does it show the data? We're gonna get to that. That is the work of the controller. It just knows how to display what it has been given. That is its job. The controller is what does the heavy lifting between the view and the data, and the model rather here. The controller is the middle manager. Someone asks, what trains are leaving at the next hour? The controller takes that request, goes to the model, fetches that data, and passes it back to the view to display. That is the heavy lifting. That is where the conversion and most of the logic actually happens. Why does this then matter in code, or why do I even care about making this video in the first place? Because without MVC, or some form of it, or some way the world think about it, your code base becomes a mess. Business logic will become tangled with display logic. Database code sitting inside HTML templates, that's yuck. Nobody should ever do that. And every change you make will probably break three other things. MVC essentially gives you what we call separation of concerns. Each time you send a request, it sends it to the parts, and each part has its own job. It has just one job, one thing to get right and get it done, one thing to test, one thing to change without breaking anything else. Let us put this in a real web app context. A user, a customer visits your website and goes to the /product route. The browser will send a request and the controller will catch that. It says, oh, okay, you want to go to the products page. It calls the model, give me all active products. The model then queries the database and then returns that data. The controller then takes that data it's been given and hands it back to the view. The view then renders the HTML or the mobile app you're viewing that on. That's it, simple. 3 layers, 3 responsibilities: clean, testable, and maintainable. Now, you will see MVC everywhere and you know it. Django uses it, though they call it MTV, model template view. Rails is classic MVC, Laravel, ASP.NET, Spring Boot, they all follow the core pattern. So the fight between C#, Python, .NET, JavaScript these days, they don't really matter because at the back of everything, they all use the same pattern. The name shifts slightly between programming languages and frameworks, but the idea and core fundamentals does not. You know, when I was first learning this many years ago, I kept trying to understand MVC in the abstracts. Reading definitions, diagrams, drawing diagrams, nothing clicked, even watching a load of videos on it. The moment it clicked was when someone said, stop thinking about the code. Think about something you already understand. For me, it was infrastructure, pipelines, input, process, output. For you, it might be a train station, it might be an airline, it may be your coffee shop, it may be your Burger King or your McDonald's. Data comes in, something processes it, something displays it. That's all MVC is. If this has helped you, like, share, and drop DevOps in the comments, and I'm gonna send you a DevOps roadmap. It covers architectural patterns like this and a whole lot more. Hit subscribe if you want more of this, where I break down complex tech into clear, usable steps. And I'll see you again at the next one. Goodbye.